So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose.
Hi everybody, Martha here. So, before I begin this video, I don't know if you guys could hear me what I was saying last time, a couple of videos ago, because I've been a little bit late with the past two videos during the day, but I'm gonna probably put pictures of him this time, but because nobody said it on that video, nobody said I'm sorry or condolences. My father, the day was his funeral, so if you guys, his name was Cleodobo the Third, or Buddy or Bud, you can say sorry or condolences. I'll probably put pictures of him on here this time, but so there. So for this episode, I might do a movie review in his honor too. I have not decided yet or not. I don't know, and I have not picked out the movie yet. Because if I do it for actors, maybe I should do it for people I actually know in real life and I actually met. So I never met any of those actors who passed away, and yeah, I still honor them. So maybe I should do it for people I actually knew. So so this is not that video. This is for but I want to let you guys know since nobody's said anything yet. But and so today we're doing a review on Inuyasha, which is this is my classic TV show slash classic um um cartoon slash anime character researched for this week. Um, Inuyasha is an anime that was made in Japan, of course, and his very first appearance in manga was November 13th, 1996. Um, looks like the final one was made in for the original one was made in 1997. And the final act one, I guess, for the final act, since I will include that with it because I don't think you can really watch Inuyasha without watching the final act. So I'll include both those ones, even though they're two separate animes, because they never completed the storyline of it, even though. So, because I've been watching the new show that talks about Inuyasha's and Sesshomaru's kids. So, Inuyasha is about a half demon who meets who meets a girl named Gugome, who is a reincarnation of his past lover, um, Kikyo. And it's kind of weird because it's a weird love triangle show, somewhat. But it's weird because he loves it's the same person, but I don't know how really. It's what I always considered reincarnations as, but I guess not really because Kagome and Kikyo do act differently. So I guess maybe for Japan, reincarnation means something else than us to us Christians or Americans. If you want to let me know what that is, you can. And and because every single culture, certain words mean something else to them. So, not trying to be disrespectful, the same. That's usually what it means. So the show, let me look up and see when it released, like in America and Japan. We're not gonna probably mention the movies that much because I think there was like 4 movies. Um, on here for those. Okay, so it came out in Japan um, on October 16, 2000 to September 13, 2024. It doesn't say what it came out for America, though. But I learned about it in high school, so I always thought it came out during high school and it hasn't been. And you know, my what I do is I had not been out of high school for 20 years, so it looks like the show was already finished by the time I discovered it. I didn't know that, though. That's odd. Well, if it, I don't know if it was finished being published in America. It might have. That's because you know, it takes longer for it to get to anime to get to America. So that's when it just probably finished in Japan. I'm guessing because it says right here, April 16th, 2007. So maybe that's when the last one was released. Final Act was being broadcast in the United States and Canada network on October 2nd, 2012. It originally did it October 3rd, 2009, though, it looks like. So, yeah, see, it takes 3 years for it to get to America, so there's that. That means if it takes 3 years to adapt, just that, probably that's how long it takes for them to do 3 years to adapt one episode. Because they have to translate it, then they would have to make the words adjust to on each one. Because we talk differently than, we pronounce words differently than Japanese, so they had to reanimate each mouth to make it look like, with all the words we say differently. Then we'd have to get all the actors to record all their words and so forth. So, I did like, it took me a while to finish it, but I did like Inuyasha. I did not know that they made a sequel series to it about had to do with their kids, but I did not. I finished watching the first season, I think, sometime last year, and I'm watching the second season right now. And and there was times where I didn't really watch that much anime, but I'm back into it. Maybe I'll rewatch it again. Inuyasha eventually, and watch it fully this time, because I don't never ever watched it fully with straight through, like I've done with other shows ever since I became an adult. Revisit, go back to my childhood and watch cartoons from that time. Even though that one I discovered as a teenager, and I don't think it's really meant for kids. Not that show, especially with the character like Moroku, because he, even though he's a monk, he does not act like a monk. The way he goes after women, unless monk means something else in Japanese. Monks in America don't go after women like they do, like Moroku does. If they do, it's usually looked on badly on their part and makes their reputation go down and doesn't want anybody to be their monk. So I don't know. You could probably correct me on that one too. Because Moroku was a ladies' man, and everybody was asking, hey, may I ask you to be my wife? And yada yada yada. And that would be really wrong to ask every woman you meet, would you be my wife? Right when you meet them. Because some women might think, you are going a little too far, sister. And I always think, monks are not supposed to get married. So, I don't know. It must mean something different in Japanese. So, I don't know. And Sango and Shippo are the only ones that I've not talked to that's main characters in this. I mean, I did like Sesshomaru, but I don't know if you really count him as a main character. Sango was like a demon slayer. She would take care of demons and want to try to save her little brother, save her little brother from the bad guy in that show, Naraku. So, and Shippo was the little fox demon that would help them around and help, and he was just pretty much too young to be any threat, even though he would try to be. So, this show, it's really good. I don't really think guys can probably try to like it, but they probably consider this show probably has too much, since the main part of it is a love triangle, and the next series doesn't even have that much male people in it. Both Sesshomaru and Inuyasha only had daughters, so I think even the sequel series, and I consider this more of a sequel than a final act one because it's a whole entire generation. I don't know if this would consider as a reboot. I just consider it as a sequel because it's continuing on the next generation. I don't know. Do some of you guys consider it as a reboot? Because I have not really heard anybody else's view on this show yet. So you guys can let me know what they think about the... I don't even know how to say it. Because it's not any of the characters' names. Okay? And they don't even say the word in the show, so I don't know how to pronounce it! Don't you hate that? They don't say the name of the show in the show. Especially when it's another language. Okay? And you know Japanese, they say words different than we do, so I'm supposed to know how to pronounce it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I just don't know how to pronounce that word. It took me a while to learn how to say Inuyasha, and there's some words in that show. I still have a hard time pronouncing the characters. So I do like the show, and I don't know if I should rate the whole entire show. but I did like it. And maybe, like I said, I'll probably watch it one day. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and goodbye.